Welcome to the Discover New Sales Opportunities Hidden in Your Data conference call. I'll now turn the call over to Stuart Spurlock. Stuart Spurlock, you may begin.
Hey, thanks, Adrian. Well, on behalf of Leadlight Technologies Corporation, I want to welcome everybody to today's webinar. My name is Stuart Spurlock, and I'll be your host for today. Now, the focus for the webinar today is going to be on how to gain actionable intelligence on sales leads and sales prospects, especially on how we can harvest these sales opportunities hidden in our business data. Now, I'm not alone today, so presenting with me is going to be Mark Morton, who's with the IBM Product Marketing Group, especially Business Analytics, and Tosin Fillet, who's the president of Leadlight Technologies. We will each have an introduction to them shortly throughout the presentation today. Now, as we look on the agenda slide, we hope to achieve really the following outcomes. So first, a little bit about us, about Leadlight Technologies. And then second, we're going to have an overview of IBM Business Analytics. How do we outperform with the business analytics stack? And what is sales lead analytics? How do I get a better understanding of analytics within the sales, leads, and prospect space? And we're going to take a little bit of time and actually give you guys a demo. And we're going to give you a demonstration of our solution that we call the Sales Lead Analytics. And it gives visibility into the sales leads, prospects, pipeline opportunities, and such. And as we demonstrate that, we want to make sure we show you the online dashboard and reports that will give you very clear insights that are going to be very easy to use. In addition to that, we're going to give you a brief showing of our mobile component. Now, as we kind of wrap up the call today, we're going to discuss specific functionalities of the lead analytics solution and then conclude with some time on what are the next steps. How can we engage with you? We want to remind you of two housekeeping items. First, as we said, please post your questions in the chat window. We are not going to have an open line question answer, so we will take all the chat questions, put those together with some answers, and publish those again. And as always, a replay will be available at a later date. So let me tell you a little bit about us. So Leadlight Technologies is a Canadian technology company specialized in information management and analytics. Now, as we're premier business partners and IBM business partners in business analytics as well as information management, we really are primarily involved with providing cutting-edge data-intensive business solutions. Now, we believe strongly in looking at and using the tried and tested technologies and practices, and we continually transfer the cost savings that are found in returns directly to our customers. Now, let's go ahead and continue the webinar, but first, let's do a good overview of IBM Business Analytics. So to do that, I want to turn the presentation over to Mark Morton, again with IBM Product Marketing and Business Analytics. All right, Mark, it's all yours.
Thanks very much. IBM has been doing this for quite some time, of course. And one of the things that's important to understand is things have been changing. The status quo, doing what you've always been doing, is probably not going to be good enough anymore. There's been some disruptive forces that are in play, and they're making people think about things differently and behave differently. Number one of these is the emergence of data everywhere. Maybe you've heard the term big data. Big data you can think of it in terms of huge volumes of data. There's a lot more data now than there was, some number of years ago. It comes in more forms. It's structured, it's unstructured. There's video, there's YouTube, there's social media. There's all kinds of different sources that is coming in. It also comes in more quickly and changes more quickly than it used to. So it's not just the volume, it's the accelerated velocity that's a factor as well. And we have technologies to help you cope with that and actually get information that you can put into action in your organization. Another meta trend is the shift of power to the consumer. This means that people are coming in and expecting things to work more easily. They want to be able to have things work the way that they see it on the web in general. In order to deal with that, you've got to understand what kind of behaviors they have, what needs are important to them so that you can target those specifically. And you've got to be able to look across all your different channels, the different ways that you do business, and what have you. So, and also take into account your demographics. Some organizations are dealing worldwide. Some are dealing more in a local area, so that's important. Now, the third factor that comes into play is accelerating pressure to do more with less. And frankly, that's been so for quite some time. However, there are opportunities now to help you deal with things more effectively, to not only do the right thing but to do it more effectively, to not just be effective, but to be efficient, right? So in both ways, do the right thing and do it right is really what we're going to help you be able to do. Next slide, please. So analytics on sales leads is an excellent place for you to put some investment into getting information out of the data that you already have at hand. And LeadLight can help you do that based on technology that IBM is, in the platform, the IBM platform. The results of this are pronounced. If you see on the left, organizations that are skilled at using analytics to create competitive advantage get a lot more return. There's been a big increase in people's understanding that this is a way to do it. It's gone from a 37% of belief to a 58% belief, and that's based on a Sloan study. And you can see it providing tangible results in a 1.6 times revenue growth compared to their competitors. And that's based on a study in conjunction with The Economist. You see there's three main ways of thinking about this, right? Growing your base, retaining your base, and attracting new customers. And that LeadLight will show you how they can help you do all three of those things. Now, information-led businesses are distinguished by their ability to excel in four different areas. One is that they can get at all the different kinds of information that's available to them. The transaction stuff, that you probably have data of some sort from your sales transactions or what have you. But applications, machine information, you may have RFID information starting to come into your organization, social media, and also enterprise content as a whole. You're able to look at it from all the different perspectives. So you can see a historical trending analysis. How did things used to be? How did we get here? What did the aggregates look like? We have the ability also to let you look in real time. What's coming in now? How are things changing? And then to apply predictive algorithms in order to look and say, how are things likely to change? We have the ability to let you collaborate across groups, across departments, so that all the people in your organization can participate and get benefit from your information resources, be they executives or line people, partners, customers, experts, or non-customers. And this then lets you make better decisions at all levels of your organization, be they strategic or tactical, day-to-day, manual, or automated. So you'll see as part of the demo some of the ways of thinking about this, but here's a very simple kind of idea. You might ask, what are the number of hot leads we have this quarter in Ontario? And you'd be able to answer that with this solution based on analytical reporting that lets you drill down into a particular quarter, into a particular geography. You could slice and dice that to take a look and say, well, why are the converted leads in Ajax, why are we doing a better job of that than we are in Brampton? Is Ajax doing something different from everyone else? Is Brampton, or is it just a market trend? What's the detail around that? And you can look at it from different aspects in order to understand that. You can use scenario modeling with our solution to do what-if analysis. What if we changed our marketing in a particular region? Would that help? What would it look like if we were able to increase our sales in a given region to a particular market segment? Would that help us attract others? What would it look like? And finally, some of the predictive stuff that would say, what are the factors? Where are we getting more leads than normal? What can we do to do more of that? And what should we expect to see coming in the near future? So you can take a look at in the past, the present, the future, even real time. You can look at it from different perspectives. You can do scenario modeling, and you can even do predictive. And with that, I'm going to pass to Stuart, who can tell you more about how LeadLight actually applies our underlying technology into a solution. Stuart?
Awesome. Hey, thanks again, Mark. That was a great, concise overview of the powerful IBM Business Analytics. So let's keep going with the webinar. So what I want to do is continue by building upon what Mark just mentioned. And we're going to focus on analytics with regards now to the sales leads and sales prospects. Now, we all know how critical leads, prospects, and customers are to our business. One of the only avenues for making money. So let's just generally refer to those as consumers as we have a conversation here. So today's businesses, though, they're facing all these disruptive forces, and they're fueling the need for smarter decisions and actions. And that's even more evident when we consider consumers, because today's consumers, they're what we call more instrumented, like never before. They're better equipped and technologically empowered. They're all over the internet and their mobile devices, search engines, and they have instant access to a wealth of information, massive data. And they can find the information about our retailers, the products, as well as the services we offer. And they're using all these technologies to make decisions, what and where to buy. And that's the part which forces the need for businesses to make smarter decisions and actions. Now, not only are we finding out that our consumers are instrumented, but they're also interconnected. So they're better empowered to collaborate and share information quickly with each other via social networks. So today's social networks have brought consumers together like never before. But not only are they interconnected, we also see that our consumers are intelligent. So they're making educated decisions on how to best spend their money on products and services that they value the most. And they're armed with knowledge from the ads, research, forums, word of mouth. So what we're doing is we're saying what makes them intelligent is the way they are making more informed decisions. So in this age and era, let's call them the chief executive consumer, because they're more connected, empowered, and they're more demanding. But what's the good news? As they go around looking for this information to make those informed decisions, they leave footprints everywhere they go. Now, whether or not they make the purchases, so the footprints come in the form of browsing and cookies and forums. Maybe they've opened a chat window and questioned your staff that you've been able to both solicit and then capture. Maybe there's social network discussions, or we, of course, know our corporate data, purchases, and CRM. But also, what about all those surveys and events and seminars that you send information and they've also completed on our request? Now, as Mark spoke about organization using analytics to create a competitive advantage, so smart businesses are leveraging and they're acting on these consumer footprints. What is their goal? It's to translate the footprint clues into bottom-line profits. And they're using information and data to transform their business. They are information-led, and they're transforming their business by understanding the facts around, for instance, who's the most valuable and profitable prospects and customers. Exactly as Mark just showed us a second ago about the how, why, and what of business analytics. You know, which products are the big money makers, and which campaigns are the most successful, and where is the next big opportunity. Now, information-led businesses, they're looking into optimizing the total experience of the lead. Now, as they turn the lead into customers, the whole progression, they acquire, grow, and retain those converted leads that have now become our customers. So the optimization, it starts first with attracting the leads. So it's critical to be able to do this that you have a clear visibility into your lead acquisitions and reduce the wasted acquisition costs, doing the right thing to be able to solicit correctly, and then making sure that we segment, compartmentalize, and target the leads to deliver the right offer with the right message at the right time, but most importantly, through the right channel. So we also, to make sure for the optimization, to attract these leads, identify and understand what works with messaging and channels for particular lead types. You know, the seasons, the product lines, and the service offerings. So what happens next? When we optimize that total experience, we now are going to grow and convert. Now, you understand, then you analyze and predict trends with the lead conversion, and you identify the major drivers that affect the conversion across channels, such as demographics and campaigns and sales reps and such. You collect relevant data at every touch point with the prospect and customer, regardless of format, and you create a 360-degree lead-to-customer view. And as you grow and convert, you gain a full and complete understanding of how the leads will become customers, how long it takes. So as you see that, those are the ones that are mandating additional follow-up. But the last point, Toast and I went a little bit too slow on that one there. The last point on that prior slide for growing and converting, making sure that we maximize the lead to customer lifetime value through personalized engagements of the prospects and leads as they turn into customers. Now, as we see on this slide right here, what do we want to make sure we do? Retain. Retain the converted leads. At this stage in the cycle, we focus on increasing the customer loyalty and retention after converting the leads. And then you identify the behavior, detect the customers at risk of leaving, reduce your attrition rate, and deliver the right offers to make them stay. But you also work, the third thing that you see, you also work at turning satisfied customers into advocates, or what I call fanatics, by developing and nurturing communication strategies and the promotions that are going to engage them. Now, let me customize this by discussing our sales lead analytics solution. And what does this do? It provides integrated data from the social networks and CRMs. Maybe it's Sugar or Oracle or Salesforce.com. And it does this through a powerful web-based data exploration with capabilities and native mobile application. Now, the predictive engine is for lead scoring and segmentation, but we also include optimizing the assignment of leads to the proper sales rep and the proper territory. And we do this by using tried and proven enterprise-class IBM technologies. They're deployable on-premise or in the cloud. And, of course, we couple all of this with our consulting and customization services to fit the business niche. So on the next slide, we go through some key questions that we answer through the solution. Now, amongst other features and benefits, we have a sample answer set that we're trying to make sure that we attain correctly. How do we attract and retain new customers? You know, what percentage of leads are converted into sales, or which sources generate the most qualified leads and highest revenue? And which sources should we invest in? But we all have limited marketing dollars, so how are we spending them on a given lead and for how long? What's desired out of it? Now, we've gone through a number of slides. An important thing I want to do at this point is I want to turn the presentation over to Tosin, and let's show you and give you a demonstration of the few capabilities that our IBM-based solution provides. Tosin, it's all yours.
Thank you, Stuart. We'll be starting with the online demo. Okay, so we'll be starting with the online demo section for interactive reporting and analysis. So from your CRM system, when you go directly to the Cognos portal, you can dynamically control the context of your analysis with selectors. And then go ahead and analyze leads by geography and other drivers like calendar, sales reps, accounts, industry, among other drivers. A view of this overview dashboard shows a summary of leads acquired, activities performed on the leads, opportunities generated, and actual sales. It also enables us to do comparative analysis based on the geography, time, and other drivers, as we can see. Observe from this dashboard that Canada's conversion increased despite the decrease in the acquisition. This is due to increase in Q4 activities. This also allows us to compare performance across different channels, from acquisitions to sales. So, going ahead and focusing on acquisitions, we can see new acquisitions with breakdown of how they've been contacted, also with new opportunities generated from them, and a trend of the conversions, comparing acquired leads to qualified leads. Here we see a breakdown of acquisitions by the channels, along with their respective status. You can observe the websites produce the largest amount of qualified leads for Canada in Q4. One could also analyze the activities performed on the leads from various channels. A geographic distribution of the leads acquired can be shown. Selecting Alberta shows the details in terms of status and trends. Going a step further, we could get into details by just clicking on the particular lead channel, for example, existing customers, and it shows the details. In the opportunities section, we see a glance summary and trend of opportunities compared to sales, with their respective stages, and this is drillable over time, as we can see the different stages of the opportunities. The closed deals section helps us compare actual amounts of deals with the expected, including average size of the deals and evaluation of the deal cycle. In the location details, we can analyze by opportunity types. Narrowing down on a business opportunity, we have summary of each opportunity with respective activities performed on them. We can also analyze by sales reps with the department overview. Here we see performance on closed deals across all departments, with summarized performance of individual reps and product lines, along with the commissions received by the reps. Also, we can compare the reps' performance on closed deals with department's performance, the performance on the department. Also, we can also identify the products that the rep is good at selling or best at selling. Focusing on some of the other areas, we could go down to the projections, and we will see that the projection section allows evaluation of the respective sales stages. It's drillable down to the day level, to a particular day. You can observe that most opportunities in December 2011 are from existing customers. This solution also provides us an avenue of evaluating the performance of campaigns. We can compare expected campaign revenue with budgeted costs and performance of various campaigns across reps and geographic locations. We can also evaluate sales across different areas, and we do that with the map. So selecting on Ontario shows top accounts, sources, channels, and products in Ontario. As we can see, we can also evaluate the contribution of product lines. Clicking on a particular product line shows products sold within that line, still based on the context of our analysis. One can also analyze by industry at the national level, down to postal codes, as well as compare sales to prior periods. Okay. So that kind of ends that, and we'll move straight to the mobile component. Okay. With the mobile component, we'll take a quick tour of the mobile component running natively on the Apple iPad. Interact, visualize, and gain insight into the leads wherever using your built-in touch gestures. Most of these views that you're going to see before we start running the video capabilities are available on the online component. They are also available natively within the iPad. As we can see that the overview screen displays a summary of the leads indicators from acquisitions, activities, opportunities, sales, and conversion. A slide on the widget at the top right corner allows navigation across quarters. We can further narrow down our focus by toggling between Canada and United States. Okay. The top performance panel provides a view of top performing states and cities across lead channels with a monthly trend of acquisitions. Notice that one can toggle between acquisitions and deals via the top right button, the radio button on the right. A tap on the sales panel as we go on shows top sales by states, by provinces, cities, leads, industries, and channels. It displays revenues generated with details for each location along with channel contributions for each location, with interactive capabilities of switching quarters and locations using the iPad built-in touch gestures. As you see, the geographic panel provides a dynamic and interactive map. Coloring for each province is based on the size of the opportunity deals within each province. Tapping on a specific province, we see a summarized view of the key indicators. In addition, notice the breakdown of the status of the opportunities and the spread of the opportunities across channels. Now, coming natively with the iPad is what we can do with collaborating on the solution. It's very easy on the iPad. You can share and email your comments with the iPad finger paint feature. So this concludes the summarized demo that shows a few of the capabilities of the Sales Lead Analytics solution. All right, so that takes us back to you, Stuart.
All right. Hey, Tosin, thank you very much. What we wanted to do is kind of give you a quick summary as we kind of go into what we just kind of looked at a second ago. But taking a look at that demo and just seeing the power of how you can find these insights and just how it's also available on the mobile devices, that's one of the most important things that we wanted to make sure we stressed with you guys. Because in addition to that, some of the capabilities you just saw, we want you to keep in mind that the solution provides interactive reports, portable interactive reports. They can be online or they can be offline, especially if we need to enable your mobile workforce. So this is going to ensure that everyone remains productive wherever they are. And then you can schedule delivery of these reports, or you can have several options for delivery. So maybe you have everybody go to the CRM portal, and you go to the link and you download reports, or maybe it's an automated scheduled delivery to the devices, or you can send the reports via email attachments. There also, you have the ability with pre-downloaded reports on local drive to be accessible, and then have them shared on a network or SANs as you go forward. So one of the things we want to go to next is, besides that, I want to take a minute and have you look at the hardware side. Now, to kickstart and use this solution, it's been made easier with the turnkey capabilities. So maybe it's a bundled, flexible IBM hardware with the business analytics software and support packages. In addition, a major advantage is that you can buy the infrastructure once and reuse both software and hardware. Expand your analytic footprint. Gain some additional end-user licenses when it's needed. But what we wanted to show you on this slide, the purpose was to let you see a complete IBM software for analytics and data warehousing, for mining, for intelligence, for a data warehouse that's fully integrated with IBM hardware. So there are so many flexible server platform options. Windows, Linux, Unix, System Z. It can grow as your data needs grow. And you still have a single point of support for the appliance. So in all of this, as we've been able to kind of show you with the solution, we make sure that our consulting and development customizes the services and solution appropriately for you. So we've spent some great time together on the webinar, and I want to kind of wrap it up with what's next. So what we would like to do is we'd really like to be able to book a one-on-one meeting with you and your team. And we have 3 major points that we'd like to do as we sit together. First and foremost, understand your specific business needs. Sit and listen. And then we will provide back what we hear with a free assessment of your current data. And then help you together as a trusted advisor prioritize your objectives and your business results. And as we do this, we will have deliverables to you. So let's help you with a roadmap, with an agenda that is going to align your business objectives and the results, but also with the data and the technology. And, maybe we end up with a prototype or having a customized solution or a proof of concept that's going to be tailored to your business niche and guaranteed to provide immediate value as you harvest results in your data. So on behalf of Mark, Tosin, and I, we want to thank you guys for the time that you've been able to spend with us today. Again, on behalf of LeadLight, we trust that you've been able to spend some quality time with us to learn how to outperform your competition with Sales Lead Analytics. Have a great day.